I feel that with the start of a new year, sometimes there may be a lot of expectations, a lot of dreams in the to do list, and part of it can actually be a little overwhelming. I started the year in Peru after a month of traveling around the country, visiting family, friends, going from the coast to the jungle to the city. And even though we were back home for a whole month, it did feel like a lot was going on, and I was doing so much that coming back to Kingston, coming to a different country, to a completely opposite weather, really shook me. And I decided to just let myself land slowly. I gave myself permission to start landing softly and slowly in a new year, in another country, and in winter time after spending a beautiful month on the summer in the jungle with my family, speaking my language. So this is a video of one of the first days back in Kingston where I let myself just land slowly and tend to my heart in one way or the other.
Hola, buenos días.
I feel that this year, instead of focusing so much on my resolutions and what I want to achieve within 2022, I decided to start a little bit different. Yes, I do have resolutions and I do have challenges that I'm doing. Like I'm doing yoga every day this year for the second year in a row. But I'm also just kind of asking myself, what is my not to-do list, but my to-be list? And this is thanks to Meraki Lave, who posted something along those lines. And somehow this really inspired me to, just focus on how am I actually showing up today, tending to my dreams, but also to my heart. And how am I actually showing up for my heart in winter, which is super... ¿Cuál es la palabra en inglés? Winter can be very hard on me. I am a hot weather human, and winter can really play a big toll on my mood, on my rhythms, and that's something that I'm starting to learn how to appreciate. I feel that sometimes on this channel I'm sharing a lot of what inspires me, of my days where I am just like out and about and hitting up that to-do list and doing it all. But I'm someone who sometimes really wakes up a little wacky. with a little sadness, with a little nostalgia for home and Peru. And today I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you, about how those slower days feel, and how even on those sadder and more nostalgic days, there's a little bit of poetry in our day-to-day life. And these are the little things that keep me going and inspire me to, feel inspired about life again. This month that we were in Peru, we had our friend Pau, who is a little brujita, stay in our home, taking care of the plants and taking care of Lila. And I feel that in one way or another, Pau just left her energy all over the house, and the house feels super calm, super sweet. And I feel this was a beautiful invitation to really just start slow, start landing slowly, which is something that I've actually never given myself permission to do before. And I'm super thankful with how just her energy was a beautiful invitation to come back to myself. I wanted to take a few seconds from today's video to thank Ana Luisa. Thank you, Ana Luisa, for kindly sponsoring today's video. I've been working with Ana Luisa and I've gotten to know their journey for over a year. Ana Luisa is this beautiful eco-conscious jewelry brand based in New York locally, and I've loved partnering with them in the past and be partnering with them again because they are not only high quality jewelry at affordable prices, but I also love the fact that all their jewelry is made with brass, which is plated with 100% 14K recycled gold and 92.5% recycled silver. Their jewelry is super beautiful. I love their designs and I love how transparent they are in their whole supply chain. If you go to their website, you can see how they share every manufacturer they work with. They only work with vetted factories. They are super transparent on the whole cycle of how their jewelry is made, which I pretty much appreciate. Ana Luisa is also 100% carbon and water neutral, and they are currently offering a buy one get one 40% off promotion that is happening for the Love Day. And if you're thinking of getting yourself some beautiful lasting jewelry for yourself or for someone you love, you can go ahead to my description box, check out the first link in my bio to access these 40% discount that's happening. So thank you so much, Ana Luisa, again for trusting in my work, for also loving my art, and for making beautiful pieces that also support and love our Mother Earth. Another way in the one I decided to start this year a little different was I feel sometimes all the resolution lists can be super positive and really make us want to look for the future in a positive way. So instead of focusing on the things that I'm grateful for, I just started asking myself, what are the reasons I am grateful for? There are so many reasons, like the sun and the waters and the birds that are still out there, even in the coldest of winter time. I'm grateful for the pine trees. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for technology that is helping me be able to keep in contact with my loved ones even when I am far away. I'm grateful for having food on my plate today, and not only having food, but actually being able to choose what type of food I want to eat today. I'm grateful for having a little time every morning to do yoga and to make myself a warm cup of cacao. I'm grateful for being able to have clothes that make me feel cozy, to have a home that protects me from the rain, and to have windows that let me see the beautiful world outside. I'm grateful for a community that reminds me why I love life, and a community that I can trust to share what is bringing me up, to share my dreams, to uplift each other, and also to talk when life seems a little bit more challenging and inspire each other. I'm grateful that I have a voice and I'm capable of sharing my heart and speaking my mind. I'm grateful for the paints that I get to use. I'm grateful even for the fact that sometimes I get mad that there's so much in my to-do list, because it's wonderful that I have so many things to do. So this video is just an invitation to ask, what are you grateful for today? What are the reasons you're grateful for in life, in this year, today? There's days where the best that I can do is mark down every single thing that I had on my to-do list and even more. And there's days where the best that I can do is get out of bed, wash my face, move a little, and cook myself lunch. And I think that giving ourselves the space to just kind of be happy with those days that we may go a little slower, and we might just make something super simple as get out of bed and take a shower. I feel those days are worth celebrating as well, because even that day we decided to get out of bed, you know? We could have just stayed there. And I'm just focusing a bit on that lately. I brought a few things from Peru with me, from artists just like myself, some artist friends. Like here, this is art from Lucia Cos, which is not only my friend but also one of my favorite artists. And I also got a few things from sustainable brands, and I'm going to be sharing all of that in another video sometime soon. But I love surrounding myself in my home with art and creations by other artists, handmade items that reflect a lot of love and that remind me that home is not only all the kilometers far away that it is, but it can also just be with me, not only in my heart, but also in what I'm surrounding with in my home. There is something in my New Year's resolution which I feel is also a game changer for me, and that is that this year I've been doing a lot of self-care and really filling up my cup within the last few years. And I feel this new year is a lot of how do I go from filling my own cup to filling others' cups. I don't know if that's how you go with the saying in English, but how can I be of service to others more? And I feel that resolution is really, really inspiring me this year. If today I could show up to make myself lunch and paint a little and move my body a bit, clean my clothes, tomorrow I'll be able to show up more for myself and for others. A little moment. It's just the magic in those little moments that we invite silence. And I also turned down the volume on the guilty voice of, you're not being productive. Well, I am being productive by taking care of my heart, of my body today, in the best way that I can today. And that's good enough. that's a bit of what I wanted to share with you today. It's been a chill day, and it hasn't been like that since we came back. There's days that I feel it's been like when Mario Bros eats the star, and it's just like da 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 da, like running a lot, meeting a lot of deadlines. But I really needed a cozy, slower winter day, and now I will keep reading this book that I borrowed from my sister. Is Confieso que he vivido. I confess I've lived, I guess would be the title in English. It's a book by Pablo Neruda, who is a Chilean poet, and I had never written this book. It's pretty much his autobiography, and I just started. I'm on page 76, and so far I've been loving it. I even love that my sister put like the Vinifan, like the transparent cover. I haven't done that with my book since I was in middle school. So yeah, I'll be reading a bit, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video, that I was able to keep you company in whatever it is that you're doing today or tonight. I hope that your year is starting beautiful, that you have been slowly landing in it with excitement for the new year and what it has to offer to all of us and what we have to offer to it. Thanks again to Ana Luisa for kindly sponsoring today's video. If you are looking for jewelry, make sure to check out that first link on my bio, not on my bio, the first link on the video's description, where you can get a sweet discount from Ana Luisa. And I'll be seeing you on another video pretty soon. I hope you're doing well and that you stay safe and happy. Bye, have a good night.